Okay, now we're going to reverse the process. We're done spraying. Now we have our sprayer full of the actual black primer. If we were going to clean up the paint, clean up the pump for the day, we would show that. I'm going to do sort of an intermediate. I'm going to show how you would clean up, but we're actually just going to run a little bit of water and we're going to go right ahead to our finish paint, which once this dries in a couple hours we'll be ready to spray. So rather than totally clean up the sprayer, we're going to just switch over to the paint. So I want to let as much paint run off of here as I can back into my bucket. I'm going to remove the prime valve and I'm going to take my pickup tube and put it into water, and I'm just going to stir this around. The reason I'm doing that is to get all this paint off of the pickup tube, because I don't want this black paint getting into our finished paint and contaminating the color. And if we're cleaning up the sprayer for the end of the day, we've got to get all this paint material out of here. So if we were cleaning up, we would have another fresh bucket of water. You can see where this is almost kind of clean. But again, our tube is full of paint, our gun is full of paint. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the paint from the tube and the body of the pump, and we're going to put that paint back in, or the primer back into the bucket. So again, there's our friendly prime valve, and we just bump that until I see water. I'm going to spray it on the side so I can see the water start. And there's a little water. I don't want to put too much water in and dilute this, so I am going to waste a little bit of paint. So again, we're going to go ahead into our water bucket, and we'll just go ahead and now you can see here. Now, this is not going to come out clear water because we got the black water here, but that's pretty much the water and paint. Okay. And again, while we have it on prime, and we've got the pressure off of the gun, because it's on prime, there's no pressure on the gun, I can slowly start to remove the paint from the line by spraying here, and I'm going to switch this over. Spray into our bucket. And again, we're going to get a little water at a point, and you just got to watch for that. It'll start spitting a little bit, and there's spitting and there's some water. So again, that's a small amount of water. That's probably about an ounce. I don't want any more water than that. Now we still have, again, some of the paint in here. See how much pressure that was under. That's why we always want to put it over the prime if we're going to empty our gun. And then back to spray. Now, if we were cleaning the pump, what we would do is get another bucket of water and just do this whole process. Leave our paint. We're done with the black primer, so we can that. If we were going to clean, we would go through 2 more half a buckets of water. Again, this tube would go into the clean water. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and switch over to our paint. And so again, we're just reversing that process, charging up the paint. So we're going to put our pickup tube into our paint, our Regal Select. We're doing the Regal Select Matte. Regal is a really nice product in the Benjamin Moore line. It's almost our top line, only behind the Aura. The Aura is insane paint, and the Regal is crazy paint. And again, better than anything you would get at Sherwin-Williams, Home Depot, or Lowe's, for sure. Get it at Andriot's in Shelbyville, all right? Now we got our pickup tube. Try to remember the process. We've got our pickup tube. This is full of water now, so we need to remove that water. And again, I've got my scrap bucket here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to prime. And we're looking for the green paint now. And again, we're going to have a little bit of a buffer where we have water and paint. I'm wasting a little. And there you see fully the green paint. Okay, fully the green paint, maybe a little bit of water, not much. And again, on our finish paint, we really want to be careful about getting too much water. So I am going to waste some in this cycling process. But again, now we have our paint fully in the unit. I'll go ahead and just clip this on. Ah, that was a bad thing. So we had a little piece of dried paint here. That's very bad if that gets into the pump, because it's going to plug up the sprayer or plug up the tip. But we dodged a bullet there. That's okay. All right. I'm going to continue to cycle my paint through the pump, through the tube. Okay. While there is no pressure on the unit, it's still in the prime mode. It's just cycling in, and we can go ahead and clear the line. And again, on the side of the bucket, you can see our black water. We're going to look for green paint here. I could go ahead and kick this on over to spray so it'll empty, but I make sure I'm down in my bucket. We don't want to splash this. Looking for green paint. Okay, fully green paint there. Okay, you saw that? There's the green paint. Now again, I still like to do that one little final. Go ahead and turn it on to prime. Cycling takes the pressure off the gun, and I can spray straight in my bucket. Now, we talked about our sprayer setting. We did have it set for the Aquabond primer, and that may or may not be the right pressure setting for the finished paint because it has a different consistency, a different amount of solids in it. So we're going to go ahead and test it again on our paper. Barely a little line on the side. I think I'm going to maybe bump it just one little kick. Right there. That line is gone. No advantage in any higher pressure. That is a perfect setup. Now, we're not going to spray yet, so we're going to take the pump tip, turn it sideways. Okay. One other thing we're going to show real quick. We talked about if we get a plug. This is a 13 thousandths opening, so even a small piece of dried paint could plug this tip. If the tip gets plugged, we simply, that means there's a plug behind it. We reverse it and just kick it out, and you'll be able to spray again. Okay. I'm Doug with Andriots.